I'm going to do a quick review of our CVT Blaster 2 for the new 2019 covers. This will fit on the Razor Turbo S, the Standard Turbo, and the RS1, all 19 models. They've changed the cover for 19 on those models, and now they have all the incoming air coming directly over the secondary. So we've had to develop a new adapter for mounting our high velocity fan to the cover, and as you can see, it fits right here on the cover. The kit will come complete with our high flow dry filter element for pre-filtering all the air that's being force fed into your cover, of course. Duct assembly, filter adapters, hardware kit, wiring kit, and the clamps. Now there is going to be a couple variances. One of the variances, if you have a standard turbo, you're going to be able to use our standard height filter adapter. However, if you have a Turbo S with the stock cage with the extra bars that extend all the way to the back of the vehicle, you will have to use our high-rise filter adapter to clear those bars. Also, we have what we call an under cowl kit, and this basically utilizes the covers on the side of your bed that have the nylons on it to pre-filter the air going through our kit. It will have a basic adapter. You'll be cutting a hole underneath the area of that cover, attaching the duct to that, and again, you won't be using our dry filter element. You will be using the nylons that are on the side of those covers. What we'd like to do today is go ahead and show you how we install the fan assembly to the cover. So let's go ahead and clear the bench and we'll show you how that's done. So we've got the 2019 cover on the bench here, and this is more or less just the way it would come off the vehicle. Just to register it, you'll see the red drain plug is in the down left hand corner, and straight across up from that you'll see a wide gap between the support fins on the cover. This is where the fan assembly is going to mount. Before we do that, so the fan assembly mounts correctly and that you can have enough room to put the duct in place, there's two ribs that will need to be clearanced or taken back so the fan fits correctly, as well as the duct being easy to be put on. We're going to go ahead and set up and grind those down now. Flip the cover over. These are the two ribs that we're going to want to clearance down. So I'm just going to go ahead and take my grinder. And we're going to go ahead and just check and make sure that we've clearanced those to enough. You can clean them up the way you'd like. Looks like I've got a little bit more to take off right here. That looks like that should do it. Well, now we've got the two ribs clearance down, and you can see the fan assembly will fit in there and we won't have any clearance issues. So the next step is to mark the hole, which is the center for cutting the 2 3/4 inch hole in the cover itself. You want to be right in line with that one rib and have the ruler come straight out from that rib, and you want to mark it 2 inches right here. This is going to be the center for drilling the 2 3/4 inch hole. Once you've got that marked, you just want to make sure that it's on the flat part of the radius, not over that lip, but literally you want to go just from the base of that rib that we did not grind out and come out straight out for 2 inches. Because of the curvature of the cover, we always like to use a pilot drill to drill a hole in the cover first before we try to cut it with the hole saw. That bigger drill bit in on that can wander. So we want to just make sure that we drill it in the proper place. Alright, now that we've got that pilot drill done, we can go ahead and use the hole saw. That's a 2 3/4 inch hole saw to cut the hole. So we've got our 2 3/4 hole saw. Fairly aggressive teeth on this thing, and it does kind of want to grab on the cover. So just go ahead and get that thing spinning up and slowly start to work into the cover. It may grab a little, but you know, just start over and you'll end up getting through the cover. Just like that. So we've got the hole cut. We're going to go ahead and trim all the excess plastic off and finish it off before we set the actual fan in place. Next we want to drill the holes for mounting the fan assembly, and there's just two holes to mount it with. There's one on each side here. We're going to want to put this in place, this edge running along that rib, set back in place. Nice to have a scribe at this point And you just want to go ahead and go through those mounting holes and mark that mounting location. And then we're going to go ahead and drill those two marked locations out. Then we want to do is work from the inside of the cover and countersink the back sides of these two holes. Plenty deep. We're going to turn the cover back over and we're going to go ahead and set up to mount the fan to the cover. To mount the fan, what we're going to do is just put a quick bead of silicone around this where it mates to the cover. And we've got the countersunk screws, and they go from the inside of the cover out. So we'll start with one. Make sure we've got the fan aligned with the nameplate out. We're just going to fit that in place. Pick our other screw, get it in place. I want to make sure that the screws are flush and that the fan is flush on the cover. Go ahead and add our washer and the nut. Go ahead and repeat that on the other side. And we're going to go ahead and tighten those down evenly on both sides as you go down. And it doesn't need to be cranked down tight, it just needs to set it in place. So that's why you want to make sure everything's set, because the screws are a little angled because of the radius. Alright, so depending on how everything is fit, sometimes you may have a slight gap. It's not a big deal. We'll just go ahead and run one small bead of silicone around the front edge, the side, and around that front edge. Yeah, you should be good to go. If you want to smooth it out a little, that's fine. It's up to you. So now the fan assembly is on. The last part of the process is going to be either cutting the hole for the filter adapter in the corner of the bed, depending on what model you have, or underneath the cowl if you go with the under cowl kit. You'll find in the instructions more or less a pattern that you'll cut out. Once you cut the pattern out, you place it in the upper corner left side, driver's side of the bed, and then you mark all the holes, including the center, to drill out a 3-inch diameter hole in the corner of the bed. Then you can go ahead and mount the filter adapter and the filter on top. We're at the corner driver's side of the bed, and we've cut out the paper pattern from the instructions so we know where to place the adapter for the filter. We've poked holes with a pencil in this template so we can find the center of the hole as well as the 4 mounting holes, and we're just going to go ahead and simply mark those holes. Drilled our holes for mounting the adapter, and we're going to put the adapter in place. And then we're going to go ahead from the underside and use the screws that are provided to tighten down the flange to the bed. Okay, well, we've got our adapter tightened down to the bed and we've installed the filter. We're down to putting the cover back on and attaching the duct, then wiring the fan assembly to a switch. The reason why we like to put our kit on a switch is that when you come in after a hard run, you can continue to run the fan for a long time, and this helps get rid of excess heat soak in the belt and the drive component. That's it for that. I hope this has been helpful. You can reach us at desertcraft.us or give us a call at 760-955-1409. Thank you.